Time for another video. Today, as you can see, the ruby slippers here, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make them. So without a lot of talking, we're just gonna get on into it. What you're gonna need for today's craft is some clear tape or packing tape, anything that you have. You're gonna need a pen, a straw, and a pair of shoes, any shoes that you wanna convert. They can be Monster High, they can be Barbie. You're gonna need some tweezers and some glitter, a pair of scissors, some clear fingernail polish or like some Mod Podge, something like that, and a piece of white paper. And that's basically it. That's all you're gonna need to do this easy DIY craft for the dollies today. First thing you're gonna wanna do is draw out your little bow shape, and this is the shape I picked. You can use any that you like, but this is just what works for me. Then you're gonna wanna take and cover it with a piece of the tape like I told you you'd need at the beginning, and you wanna get both sides, that way it's protected. And I just close it over on itself so that it's wrapped around both sides. Once you've covered it with the tape, you're gonna wanna take your little scissors and cut it out next. And you want to be careful when you cut the bow shape out and leave it a little generous. You can always refine the shape later, because this is what you're going to use on the toe of the shoe to make it look like the ruby slipper. Of course, you're going to need 2 of these, but I'm only doing 1 for demonstration purposes so that you can see how I do it. And I finish cutting it out like that. And then you can see you have your little bow shape. You just need to cut the little edges off. Not a big deal. I also go in and cut more towards the middle to give it more of a defined little dip to make it look more like a bow. But you can do however you choose. This is just my method and what I chose to do to make it look as authentic as possible. Next, you're going to want to test your little bow to make sure that it fits. You're going to want to wrap it around the front of whatever shoe you've chosen to use. That way you know that it's going to be about right when you start putting it together. The next thing you're going to do is take it between the little tweezers and coat it with the clear nail polish or Mod Podge, whatever you've chosen to use. That way the glitter that you put on it will stick to it. I use a pretty generous amount when I'm doing this. That way all the little glitters will stick, and I wrap it around the edges as well. Next, I grab my glitter, and I have some extra glitter in this little pouch here to reuse, and I just sprinkle it on. I just basically dump the whole thing on. That way a lot of it gets on there and it has nice sparkle. Then you just shake off the excess, and I take the corner of the scissors and tap it in on the edges. That way the little pieces of glitter that are kind of like wonky will either fall in or fall off. Then I take a little piece of paper that I've wrapped with tape and lay it on top so that it can dry, and I use my scissors to release it so that I don't mess up the glitter that I've done. Then once you've let them set for a bit, I take more of the clear nail polish and coat over the top of where you've put the fresh glitter. That way it seals it all in and it protects it so that it won't flake off later. I like to make sure I get it thoroughly, and I coat all of the edges as well. Once you've finished putting on the clear coat, you're going to want to let it set to the side while you work on the other pieces. Then you're going to want to get your straw that I told you need at the beginning, and you're going to want to bend it in like this. See? Where it makes kind of like a V, and then you're going to want to take and put that down inside of your shoe so you can hold it while you're putting on the clear nail polish. That way your other hand is free and won't get in the way when you're coating this shoe with the clear nail polish. Next, I take the clear polish and I coat the shoe quite generously like I did the little bow all the way around. I don't get the bottom though, like the underneath sole of the shoe. I just get all around the heel and the sides and the toe piece. I like to coat it generously, and I like to make sure that I've smoothed it out real nice so that the glitter has a good surface to stick to. Then I take my reserve glitter that I've recycled from before and put back in the little pouch, and I just coat the shoe as generously as possible to make sure that it has nice coverage. Then I let the shoe sit for at least 10 minutes before I go and I take the clear polish again and I coat over it. Also, I like to make sure in the waiting time that the shoe is completely covered and has good glitter coverage. If not, then you can put more polish on and more glitter to cover up any like spots that didn't get good coverage with the glitter. As you can see, I'm using a dabbing motion with the clear polish so that I don't remove any of the glitter that's already on there that maybe didn't stick so well. After I'm done adding the clear coat, I set it aside to dry for at least 10 minutes. Next, after you've let your shoe dry, you're going to want to add the bow. So what I do is I take one of the bows, because you're supposed to have two, obviously, and I use a little dollop of the clear polish on the tip of the shoe, like this, and I just go across the tip of the shoe with the clear polish, and next I add the little bow we made on top of that. Then I take the tweezers to move it around and get it in the right position so that I don't get the fingernail polish on my fingers. Then I take the tweezers and push right in the center after I've gotten it where I want it, to mush it down a little and make sure that it has better contact with the clear polish so that it will stick better. And see how good it looks? It's so adorable. I absolutely love it. These are turning out great. Next, I take a little bit more of the polish and I go over the top of the toe where we've just put the bow so that it can seal it all in. That way it'll be nice and secure for when you use it on your dolly's feet. Then I set it aside and let it dry for another 10 minutes. And here's what it looks like after it's done drying. I think it looks great. I'm so happy with how these are turning out so far. It's so fun to do this and make cool custom shoes for your dollies. Now, obviously you're going to want to repeat all the same steps for the other shoe. That way you have a complete pair of beautiful ruby slippers for your dollies. And here is basically what you should end up with, a really pretty pair of ruby slippers for your dollies, so they look like the ones in The Wizard of Oz that Dorothy wore. And here they are, all complete on my little model girl here, my last makeover girl, where I fixed her hair all up and everything. I think she looks really cute. She was just close by and available, so that's why I used her to model the shoes. I just love how these turned out. I really hope y'all try this craft. It's so simple, and you can do it with any pair of shoes that you have for any of your dolls and make them look like ruby slippers, which is so awesome. Well, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this quick, easy craft for the dollies. And if you've been with me to this point in the video, I have to say huge hugs and love, and thank you so much for being with me and for watching, y'all. As always, I hope everybody watching is well, happy, and safe, having a great dolly day, and that all the good, best things that are in this life that can come to you, I honestly, truly hope they will. I have to say, great, big, huge, lovely subscriber love to all you wonderful, lovely subscribers out there. I can never say enough just how wonderful, how awesome, how great, and how special it is to have you with me here in our great big Dolly Barbie YouTube family we have built. So I have to say thank you so very much for absolutely everything, y'all. If you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Come on, y'all. Come and join the great big Dolly Barbie YouTube family that we have built here. We do all kinds of great dolly loveliness, dolly goodness, all kinds of fun things to share. So if you want to become part of that, like these tutorials and all kinds of fun thrift hauls and everything I get into, come along and join us, because we would love to have you. And as I always say and mean in every single way, absolutely everyone, no matter what you're into, is always welcome here. Well, y'all, we did it. We made it through this quick and easy DIY ruby slipper tutorial. So y'all know what I'm gonna say. Happy dolling, and bye, y'all.